Hey everyone, and welcome. I just wanted to take a minute after Todd's 4th of July video where I had given him new buttons to try to keep his mind off of the fireworks going off all around us and alleviate some of his stress. I had mentioned Todd has a chronic condition that does not respond well when he is stressed or worn out. And I just wanted to talk for a minute about what is wrong with Todd. Todd has FHV1, which stands for feline herpes virus. He has had this pretty much since he was a kitten. His vet believes he got it shortly after birth from his mother. First off, the feline herpes virus is not contagious to humans. The herpes virus is not, it is species specific, meaning if it's a herpes virus for cats, only cats can get it, just like if any herpes virus like a cold sore or something like that that I were to have, I could not transfer that to Todd. It is only a human virus in my case. Generally, when cats get the feline herpes virus, they may show some symptoms for a little while. Then they usually clear it on their own, and just like a cold sore clearing up, and then they are carriers from that point on. In Todd's case, the virus did not clear. He continues to show symptoms where it has settled in his sinuses, and as a result, he is very stuffy all the time. The vet was fairly certain that he had had that pretty much shortly after birth because he had what is called a fever coat. If you look at Todd now, he is a classic tuxedo where his black is pure solid black and his white is snow white. But when we adopted him, his tail was almost a silver, and he had a lot of silver mixed in with his black on his coat. This happens when a cat is very sick for quite a long time, and long enough that it can affect the color of their fur, and time enough for that fur to grow out and change color. Kind of like how stress can change a person's hair to gray or make it fall out when they're very stressed. You can tell when Todd's been in a room or where he's been because he does sneeze quite a bit, and several times a day he will sneeze out large globs of mucus, and you will find them stuck to the walls or the floor or the furniture or wherever he has been. And it's a good thing that he does that because clearing that out makes it easier for him to breathe, but unfortunately it just comes right back. One of the other side effects from this, besides making Todd very stuffy, is that it affects his balance. Todd has never been able to stand up on his back legs for more than a second or two before he will fall over, and he also has trouble or difficulty walking across any surface that is uneven. If I have a blanket across my legs sitting on the couch and he jumps up and wants to crawl up in for cuddles, when he walks across my legs under the blankets, he will start to stumble a bit, and he has to go very slow to keep his balance so that he doesn't trip. Despite all this, Todd is a very happy cat. He's playful. And because of the balance issue, you'll see that when I'm playing his bird toy or other toys, I generally will drag them on the ground and not up in the air to try to make him jump for it, because that usually just makes him fall over. And I want him to enjoy it. And while it doesn't seem to bother him if that happens, it's easier for him to play if I drag his toys on the ground. Stress can trigger a flare-up, like the fireworks, or if he plays too hard and wears himself out. You'll tell if he's overdoing it because he'll have to lay down and he breathes kind of hard and you can hear him wheezing a bit. But if he is really excited about a new toy, I try to limit his access to it. so that he doesn't overdo it, because if he wears himself out too much, that can also trigger a flare-up. If he gets a flare-up, generally he will get extra stuffy to where he has a hard time breathing, and it can also lead to bacterial infection in his sinuses, or it can go down into his lungs, and we try to avoid that. To try to keep him healthy, I give him immune system boosting treats, which he enjoys. It's his medicine, and if I forget to give it to him, he reminds me that it's time for his medicine. He gets it in the morning and the evening. And just in general, my goal is to keep all my cats, I have 3, Todd, Glamour, and Polly. I try to keep them all happy, healthy, and living their best lives. Shortly, I will be working with Todd on his buttons. He will be getting buttons to learn his body parts. My goal is that if he starts to feel bad or something isn't right, I would like him to be able to tell me, and tell me specifically, what is wrong or what hurts. Although that will be an interesting conversation at the vet when you go in and they say, "What brought you in today?" And say, "Oh, my cat says his tummy hurts." But we'll go over that when that happens. That's pretty much it in a nutshell, and I hope that's answered your questions. If not, please leave a comment, and I will be happy to answer your questions if I can. And stick around after the video here. There'll be some bonus pictures of Todd. Enjoy.